We left off in our last video with having a black background in our scene, um, but we are ready to pick up with adding some text. Okay, so just a quick review, we should be in our editing a window here, so you can either click on it here or change your workspace here to editing. I can hit play, and now we'll see my video clips in there. We push those over, and we have 5 seconds approximately of black video space here. Now, what we want to do is we want to add some text to our video space. Let's do that. We are going to look in. Let me turn on my mouse highlighter here. We're going to look here in our toolbar. Okay, yours may look like this, and it may even be smaller or more collapsed. If you do not see your text tool, then just slide this up, and this is the text tool we're looking for. The hotkey, as you can see here, is a T on your keyboard. So what I want to do is I want to just add the text where this is going to go. I can click on the window, but it's going to insert that text wherever I click in my timeline. So if I slide my timeline over to 1 second, and I can see where it is here with my playhead position, I'll go until I get to about 1 second, somewhere close to there. It doesn't have to be exact. And I am going to just click on my text tool, and we're going to insert in here the text that we want it to say, and we're just going to type in 14 shots. Okay. Now, I could hit enter and keep typing by Mr. K, but I don't want to do that because I want to have the title, my name's part of this, to be a separate font and maybe some different color or a different type of animation. So I'm going to slide this over another second to 2 seconds and have that come in. Let's see, I'm going to be watching here till my playhead gets to 2-ish, more or less. And I'm going to click on text again. And this is where I am going to type in by, and then you can put your name. Okay, Mr. Conway. Now, when we do that, I can't even see what I'm typing here. You probably do not have this Essential Graphics pane. Okay, so let me make mine go away so that my screen will probably look like yours. But that's the pane that we need in order to edit the text. So if you see here, it's nowhere on our standard editing window. What we need to do is we need to go into Windows, and that is part of our window panels that we can have added or pop up here. So I can click on Essential Graphics. So once again, Windows, go down to Essential Graphics, and I can turn that on. I can't turn it off with the check marks here. You know, I click on it again, I click on it again, it doesn't turn off. So if I want to get rid of any of these windows that I do have turned on, or my panes, I can regular click on it on the 3 dots for my menu panel and options, and I can just go to close panel, and that will disappear. I can also undock it, okay, and then I can move that over to my second screen and have it larger, and then I can see what I'm doing. But if I want to redock it, I can drag it to the very edge here, and it supposed to click in and lock into my space, and it's not. It might just be the way my windows are set up right now. But I'm just going to tuck it over here for now so we can see. I don't need this space where we're working anyways. So what I want to do is, you notice 2 things in my graphic here. I have my text here by Mr. Konwinski, and I have this one, 14 shots. When I click on it in my list for my Essential Graphics, and that's showing me the graphics where okay, these are both showing up in the same timeline. So let's see what's going on here. Because I slid my playhead over to 2 seconds. So here's my question for you. Why do you think, even though I slid my player head over to 2 seconds and then I typed my text tool and I clicked here, it did not show up at 2 seconds? Here's the deal. And I'm going to actually rectify that or fix it right now. It's all together at this 1 second mark where my 14 shots is hanging. So I want to get rid of this. But before I do that, I don't feel like retyping it because I'm kind of lazy. So I'm just going to go Control C to copy that. And then I can go clear, and I'm going to clear this one out too because that I don't want that here by mistake. So here's what happened. I still had this graphic highlighted. So because that's highlighted, anything I click here is going to be re-added into this graphic. I don't want by Mr. Konwinski to be added to that graphic. So I want to click off of that in my timeline here in my project panel. And now I can put my player head to 2 seconds. And now watch what happens. And now this pops up as a new graphic. I can paste this because by hitting Control V, and now it shows up. So that gives me some other options real quick and easy that I can animate this different than the 14 shots. I can easily change the timing on it and so forth. So I have both of these in here. We're going to pick which one I want to edit by clicking on the different boxes. Okay, so I'm going to edit this graphic first. The only thing in this graphic right now in my essential graphics panel is this 14 shots. When I click on it in my pane, you'll notice my menu changes. Okay, 14 shots. I need to click on it now in my selection tool here. This gives me my editing options for the text. I can change my color. Okay, so first thing I can just go down here under fill and change my color. Let's say I want to make this, what other options do we want to do here? I want to change my font, hypothetically. Here's my samples. I could change it in here. And let's say I want to use the same font for this graphic. So I can either click on this graphic here itself or highlight it down here. That's going to be in the pane here. And I can go back to change it here to this Ocnina as. But you notice I need to make sure I have the whole text selected. It wasn't. So I'm going to do Control A for Control All and redo my text font here. All right. So you can feel free to play around with that. I have two different. I need to resize this as well. A couple ways to resize it. Okay. I can go over, let's see here. What do we got? We have some options in my window here. This is how transparent it is. You'll see I can make it more transparent. Here's my location for my position. And here's my scale. And I should be able to scale it with this tool. Okay. If I click on this and I slide my bar over right or left, that can do it. I can also go back in here and grab my selection tool, which is a hotkey of V, hit V on my keyboard. And I click on this or here. And now I can use my grab handles here and I can resize it by making my text box larger or smaller. Okay, this text box attaches to the shape of my text itself. So move that around, set up your screen how you want. It's kind of an easy way to visually make sure it looks how you want it to do. And then the last thing that we want to do, I did that last time. I need to go back here and reset my window. Okay, workspace, let's change this. I'm going to go off and change it back to editing once again. To reset my workspace, I'm going to hit play and I want to see something right about here. All right, my graphic switches, but this is where my first video is coming in. I don't want this graphic to overplay on top of my media, or this will be my photo for my very first shot, my establishing shot. So let's change the timing of this by having my selection tool. I'm going to click on 14 shots, and all we're going to do is we're going to grab the end of my video and drag it to match the end of the black video shot here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for my graphic that says by Mr. Konwinski, and there. So now when I scrub my playhead position, okay, and I go back to here, as soon as this ends, and I'll add a transition in there later, now I don't have that text on my next media. That's as far as we're going to go in this video. Thanks for joining me here. get your graphic and your text added, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.